UN General Assembly kicked off a marathon week of diplomacy with a summit for the future.
I called for this summit because our world is heading off the rails and we need tough decisions to get back on track.
The signature event adopted by consensus a wide-ranging pact for the future, a blueprint aimed at ensuring that international institutions can deliver in a world that has changed dramatically since they were created in 1945. Russia, which raised numerous objections to elements of the pact as the months-long negotiations were wrapping up last week, sought to amend the document moments before its adoption, but failed. The pact has lofty goals for eradicating poverty, ending hunger, and building peaceful and inclusive societies. It also seeks to bridge the digital divide. Now the hard work of implementing it begins.
But our people know instinctively that this will only be talk unless there's a fundamental change in what we do and how we do it, and who is seen and heard in the corridors of decision making.
Hi everyone, this is Dr. Sherry Tenpenny, and I want to do a quick update about a document that got passed by the United Nations this weekend called the Pact of the Future document. It's two parts, one on science and technology and one about the youth and future generations. It is quite egregious, and it was done by a procedure called the silence procedure, which makes it a pact. And if no one objected, it is automatically adopted and put into the record as being completely adopted. This is the World Health Organization's runaround, or end around. Since they were not able to get the World Health Organization treaty passed, they decided to take it to the General Assembly. And it is even more egregious than what the World Health Organization was wanting to get passed. Let me just read you something really quickly about what is inside of this pact that is now being accepted by 193 nations around the world and equally open-armed accepted by our current administration. Everyone, it says that this is the power structure fully digital and maximized for the control of the masses. Everyone will be expected to have a biometric digital ID that marks them not just as citizens of an individual country, but as a global citizen. So anytime you hear global citizen or anytime you hear sustainability, think that this is an egregious thing that's happening at the level of the World Health Organization and the United Nations. Anyone that...
All right, Shalom. I had to interrupt. Shalom, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Salutations to all the brothers and their few sisters that's out there onto this life foreigners from the seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Shalom in the Hebrew, which means peace. As you clearly hear, the BS that's being spoken of now is about global citizenship, which makes no sense. To be a citizen, you have to live in a city. Some odd reason, the way they're selling it, without some form of ID, that I guess you're not a citizen of the globe. So they're categorizing and renaming things, proves it that they are the, this is what we've been saying through the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahshai. It's always a repeat mode when it comes to us, because it's clear as day. How the fuck you want to sit there and say to the people, you're not a citizen of the globe? Right? What there's that, and that shows you the level of evil that these people have in them. They're really on some new world order shit. All right? The world existed without you, and the world's damn near is gonna exist without you in the near future. Okay? There is life after America. There's life after this debacle, the new world order. But yeah, I had to slow it down right there. Let me get the scripture real quick. The fucking nerve. Where did it go? Why does it do that for? Revelation 3:10. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I will also keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world. All right, in the Orcumene, meaning that all the residents in the planet Earth. This is the hour of temptation. This earth that we all dwell upon, it was freely given. He was born in this, okay, by the act like every other man and woman that came into this world. There's no reason, none whatsoever, for them to have a global citizenship. See, now you see the play that they're using with the whole UFOs, talking about the UFOs and everything like that, is even speak of, oh, they're amongst us. So how you determine and how you determine who's legal and who's not? So now you're not legally from the planet Earth. That's the level that they're going, and enough is enough. It says to try them that dwell upon the earth, and now our temptation is what? The RFID microchip, because now you're gonna have to prove your citizenship, not only to your country, to the globe. Wow, what a diabolical mother effer they are. Let me go back to this real quick.
Dissident opinion will be labeled as misinformation, disinformation, or malinformation. Expected to have a biometric digital ID that marks them not just as citizens.
That marks them. The charagma. Yeah, you got you IUIC, ISUPK, or you other Israelite camps. You're gonna have a lot to pay for you. And I hate to be you. I say that much because this is a dangerous game that you have been playing all these years. All right, you have been playing a fucking game, and you could clearly see what's happening. It's getting clear about it by the second. We are in June, and there is a microchip. All right, we are in June.
Of an individual country, but as a global citizen. So anytime
As a global citizen, who gave these people the balls to even as a global citizen? That is illogical. All right, how do you prove that you got people in Papua New Guinea that don't have no fucking technology? How you gonna say that they're not a global citizen? All right, this double, bro. This is why they got to be taken out. And this is no, sorry. This is why they're gonna be taken out. All right, enough is enough. They want to chip everybody that remain in the planet Earth, and they want to have 500 million, and they expect a lot of people not to make it. What is what over 8 billion now? Probably the numbers keep going. Well, numbers are still because people are not having children no more because of the whole all this shit that they've been giving people, and people don't want to reproduce themselves.
you hear global citizen or anytime you hear sustainability, think that this is an ingredient.
And sustainability, there's more. There's more than enough food, water on the planet Earth to feed everybody and then some. So they're cornering the market of everything that is needed. Our God-given rights has been taken away. The privilege that we have as citizens of certain state countries is what everybody's on, but we all have God-given rights. All right, we all have God-given rights. Isaiah 45:18 tells you that the earth was not made in vain; it was made to be inhabited.
Just thing that's happening at the level of the World Health Organization and the United Nations. Anyone that has a dissonant opinion will be labeled as misinformation, disinformation, or malinformation.
In other words, if you go against what they say, you're automatically public enemy number one. If you speak out of the obvious, you are going to be a public enemy to this new world order because they want full control. And everybody in the UN, which that whole union, the UN shit is just, it's just BS anyway. It was always BS. All right, it was always about the same agenda. The people that's in the dark all had the same agenda, and the people, the citizens of the earth, is unaware of, and that was done by design.
And memory hold. Perpetrators for unapproved information will be fact-checked and punished by the system, which will be operated and enforced by artificial intelligence. Punishments will include being locked out of one's bank account, being unable to make certain purchases, unable to get on an airplane, on a subway, drive on public roads. This is the future, according to the world's self-appointed overlords at the United Nations.
The self-appointed overlords, the very rich of the society. That's all. It's telling the rules to a new world that they believe in their mind that they're gonna have full control over everything and everyone, and it's not gonna happen. This is a wet dream. All right, these people run this world with an iron fist, and they want a tighter grip on everything. When we make our statements of what we're going to do to Esau and these other nations, don't get mad at us. Don't get mad at these people for doing the shit that they're doing. Get mad at the Freemasons, the Illuminati. All right, get mad at Esau because Esau runs this world. It is his world that we are in. They want to rule the people in deception. They want to harm the people. They want to feed you poison. They want to keep you poison-minded, keep you weak, docile, take away every single God-given right that you have, infest you with all sort of diseases, all sort of sicknesses, have you clamor to life, to squeeze the last penny out of you. We're not going to do that in the kingdom of heaven. We're going to beat you senseless, but we have our reasons to do that. And then when you do right, you're not going to be punished for for doing right. All right, and righteousness, it comes from the law, statutes, and commandments. So if you do the laws, you do according to the law, which fortunately and unfortunately is not going to be put in the heathens. Fortunately for us, because they're the ones that are going to be making a mistake. They're going to love being told what to do in the kingdom, because it's going to be fair. It's going to be balanced. It's not going to be how Esau has it now. And all he did under the guise of deception. All right. And that deception, that how they gonna rule. I mean, there's a deception of how they ruling right now. They're so weak and powerless that they can't handle any sort of pressure. That's why they pass certain laws to protect them. They'll have people protect the very same system that's oppressing them. But soon, people's gonna say enough is enough. They're really gonna say enough is enough.
These are unelected bureaucrats that are making decisions about our country, our sovereignty around the world. Nothing could be more important at this point in time than to get prepared. Have water, food, digital access, flashlights, a way to communicate with family and friends. Now is really the time to get.
It was never the time. All right. It was only the time for Israel to get right. For the rest of the world, fuck them. What proves it? Real quick. Joel 2:1. It says, "Know ye the trumpet in Zion and sound an alarm in my holy mountain. Let all the inhabitants of the land tremble, for the day of the Lord cometh, for it is nigh at hand. A day of darkness and of gloominess, a day of clouds and thick darkness, as the morning spread upon the mountains. The great people is strong, sorry, that have not been ever the like, neither shall there be any more after, even to the years of many generations." So the great trumpet was been blown. All right, the Lord gave the elect the heads up, and all this information that's coming out is a prevention campaign, but it cannot be prevented. It needs be happening. All right, Isaiah 55 and 10, I believe. No, 11. So shall my word be that cometh forth out of my mouth. It shall not return unto me void, but it shall accomplish that which I please, and it shall prosper in the thing whereto I sent it. So the Lord spoke in this, like it says in Isaiah 48 and 10, since the beginning of time. There is no prevention. Everything every step that people think they could get away with is all led by resistance. In other words, you could go out there and become a hoarder and get all the goods that you think that you're gonna be able to live, get all the ammo, get everything that you think that's gonna help you to prevent bad things from happening. You could go to another country. All right. A lot of people is removing themselves and going to Thailand and thinking that it's going to be a lot better. Like you're going to escape this digital imprisonment that they have planned. This is a worldwide event. This thing is going to test every single person on the planet Earth to their core. To their core, because that's the will of the Lord. Revelation 13 and 16 is not only a Babylonian thing, it's a worldwide event. So every person is going to be tested, and you're going to be tested by what you believe in. Now, like we said, what will happen to, like Apostle Paul said, what will happen to people around the world that get the mark of the beast? We don't know. But what happens here? This is the altar. This is where the Lord is going to do all His damage. All right. But one way or another, majority of people in the world are going to be sent to the Heavenly Father quick and to come back to be judged, because it's going down. All right, Job 20. Let me just get to the point, not to the point, but and it says Job 20 and 4. It says, "Knowest thou not this of old, since man was placed upon the earth, that the triumph of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment." Yeah, it looked like they about to wrap shit up. It looked like they about to win. It looked like they about to establish their new world order with an iron fist, and nothing nobody can do about it. Everybody's talking about, oh, you got to do this, you got to do that. There's no escaping it. It looks like that, but all this legislation and agreements and master planning, creating their own book of Revelations, creating their own futuristic future, all that is just for a moment. Listen, they have more action, more rulership in their films than reality. Okay, the reality that's going to take place is once this thing is mandatory, everything's moved quickly because that's what the Lord wanted. Days are going by we're in June, half of the year of 2026. By the end of this year, 18 to 25-year-olds are going to be able to go to the military. They have to be drafted. They have certain things that they want to pass and push that's going to help forward the 2030 agenda. So yeah, it is for a moment. It looked like they're winning. It looked like everything is going to go their way, but it's not. Though His Excellency mount up to heaven and his head reached unto the clouds, he's doing things that no other nation has done. No other nation was capable of doing. Set up satellites in the heavens. All right, because they damn near they not go to the moon. Point blank. Period. Oh, there's a film. Ah, shit. I was supposed to do a video on it. There's a film with Scarlett Johansson, and who else was in there? Basically, she was hired to fake the moon landing, and it's coming out this year. It says, "Yet he shall perish forever like his own dung." So, despite they have the helicopters, the fighter jets, the satellite that hovers space, satellite of communication, so we could be able to do films and talk to one another from a distance. No more. Remember back in the days, you had to get a card if you're gonna call overseas. You had your 5 minute card, you had your 10 minute card. You know, you could use it for something different. Before that, all you could do is write a letter, and it would take snail mail. Now you got email. All this great feat, of communication, of talking to one another. All that shit is gonna mean nothing. All right. And these bozos, they try to have people be a cell phone. All right. They want people to own nothing and be happy about it. All that is gonna be like their own shit. This is a high mighty. This is a high mighty dream that they have, and that dream is going to become a nightmare for them. All right, because we already live in our nightmare. We blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, we are the biblical Israelites. We are royalty. Royalty that's in captivity. It says, "They which have seen him shall say, Where is he? Where's this mighty man? He shall fly away as a dream and shall not be found. Yeah, he shall be chased away as the vision of the night." So being a dream is this nightmare. All right. This is a nightmare for the inhabitants of the earth because of this man's rulership. Now he's talking about global citizenship. Who gave this man, even though he has his blessing, who gave this man the idea to tell people that dwell upon the earth they need to have citizenship? Like I said, the word citizen goes back to cities. So who gave them this idea? Who told them they have the rights to do that? This man has taken his blessing and he has abused it, just like the Lord expected to. The eye also which saw him shall see him no more, neither shall his place any more behold him. That goes back to Isaiah 14th chapter. How he's going to be cast down from his heaven, cast down from his rulership. Revelations 21st chapter talking about a new heaven and new earth. All right. Because the first heaven and the first earth passes away, which is talking about the people that's in rulership. Their rulership is going to pass away. The audacity for somebody to do the things that they're doing. All right. To mark people as cattle. As cattle, yo. Yes, and you know what you do with cattle? You eat it. It says, "His children shall seek to appease the poor, and his hand shall restore their goods." And when I remember when Queen Elizabeth, that bitch, she passed, it was open season. Everybody was demanding their thing back. They had to come back quick, fast. Like, no, you can't have it. Like, you stole it from us. You stole this. You stole that. All right. They're gonna end up restoring every goddamn thing, every single penny. And you know what it's gonna go to? It's gonna go to the rightful rulers. of the world, which are the Israelites. All right, that's who rules. Because everybody else they have that warrior spirit, they have that conqueror spirit. Because at one period of time, their people ruled. Our people didn't have never ruled the whole entire world. All right. Yes, Solomon only had 40 years of peace. Everybody else had a shot to say, "Oh, we have this tie to everything." His bones are full of the sins of his youth, which shall lie down with him in the dust. Through wickedness, though wickedness be sweet in his mouth, though he hide it under his tongue, though he spit it and forsake it not, but keep it still within his mouth, yet his meat and his bowel shall turn is turned, and it is the gall of the asp within him. The same poison is killing him. Is gonna ultimately kill him. He swallowed down riches, and he shall vomit them up again. The Most High shall cast them out of his belly. They're stealing everything for their own reasons because they all getting rich. Trump himself right now has screwed up the market. His family has become richer than ever. And it's public news how corrupt these people are. So right now they're in a land grab. They're in a rich grab. But all that shit that they're stealing right now they're gonna vomit that shit up. He shall suck the poison of the ass, and the viper's tongue shall slay him. He shall not see the rivers and the fields of the brooks of honey and butter. In other words, he's not gonna accomplish his new world order. He's not gonna see the results of this hard work of 250 fucking years of lying, deception, overturning government, and doing all the things that they're doing. This shit ends soon. All right, all of this is gonna end. It's gonna end for him badly because he's never gonna be back in this position. Because the Lord is gonna destroy his ass in 1 hour, 1 fucking hour, 250 fucking years of all bullshit is gonna be done in 1 hour. All right, and shall not that which he labored for, he shall restore, and shall not swallow it down. According to his substance shall the restitution be, and shall not rejoice therein, because he hath oppressed and forsaken the poor, because he hath violently taken away the house which he built not. Surely he shall not fill quietness in his belly, he shall not save of that which is desired. And what is desired? Their new world order. So all this is just nothing but a pipe dream that's going to continue sounding ridiculous, wicked, and the people is not going to have enough. All right? They tired of it. And the poor of this world is going to put hands, foot on these people. All right? I'm going to read the request. There shall none of his meat be left. There shall no man look for his goods. In the fullness of his sufficiency, he should be in straits. Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him, which is talking about the Hebrew word amal, which means labor. All right, citizenship, global citizenship, like that shit is crazy. But only way they could do that is by the digital ID. So with that being said, shalom to the elect of the nation Israel. Shalom.